Hello, today I've got a six tabling micro stakes pot movement Omaha video for your viewing pleasure. So the reason I'm making this video is I think that it's a very useful learning tool for somebody who wants to improve at PLO. So I'll just get right into it. Table 3, I defend my big blind with a somewhat junky double-suited hand versus a min raise. And we're going to check fold on the flop. When you're getting better than 3-1, as I was, versus the min raise, you can call pretty liberally, even if your hand's not that great. And table 3, I'm going to 3-bet against a button 2 times open. And I'll stack off now. Table 3, going to open on the button with a reasonable hand. And I'm just going to quit this table, table 3, because 6 tables makes for a better video, in my opinion. A little easier to see everything that's going on. So I'm playing on sports betting, which is a Chico network skin, American facing, and pretty good games. Playing a mix of PLO 10 and PLO 25. Table 6 on the bottom right. A pretty clear spot to overlimp with not so great kings. Very weak kings, I would say. Only one suit and it's 9 high. Still a reasonable hand, and you can play decently loose in this position when you're on the button against a loose cutoff limper, and then it would be a very serious mistake to draw to a 9 high flush here. He's betting 4-way. And in general, in pot limit Omaha, especially in multi-way pots, you don't want to draw to non-nut hands. So something to keep in mind. Okay. So table 5. Okay, well first, I think we can complete here. First, you can see I've actually bought in for the minimum at all tables, which I think is actually a pretty good strategy when you're starting out your session, because this allows you to adjust your stack size to table conditions. So table 5, I think we've got a pretty good argument to top up, although it's not 100% clear, because back in, I'm not even going to top up because well, we wouldn't mind covering hologram. He's directly in position on us, so and then this player who we'd like to cover, we already cover. Table 3, Just going to check fold here, middle pair and gut shot. Table 6, 10-10 Jack 9. Just going to fold to the raise. It is important to play pretty tight in pot limit Omaha. You want to be very careful about getting involved with potentially dominated hands. Table 1, this hand would be a fold from under the gun, but we're actually in middle position because of the open seat, so I think it's a fine open. And just going to check give up on this flop. Actually, what I'm going to do is change seats. There's a seat open on the left of a very loose aggressive player, so we can take that seat and be in position on him. We actually had a very bad seat directly on his right. I think it's okay to defend here. And I think I'm going to open this hand at the cutoff. I'm just going to raise get it in on the flop. And flip here. Yeah. So we managed to get the best seat. And we don't even miss a hand. Or miss like one hand. Table 5, flopping top and bottom, going to bet fold. And table 2, we've got the bullets. Says raise, bet fold again on table 5. Table 6. I think it's close. I'm going to choose not to defend. Kind of regret folding. We've got a very loose aggressive raiser and a very, very loose limper, so probably our hand's pretty competitive. Flopping pretty good on table 2. I'm going to slow play because the board's so dry. There's only well, that I guess only the gutty that he was dog potting it with. He said, and if I could get somebody to peel behind me with like Queen X, that'd be great. Table 5, pretty clear spot to bet, in my opinion. And so we get check raised. And I think we have to fold. It's basically 170 in the pot, so we need around 40% equity to stack off. And our opponent's really passive. It shows top two with a queen. So probably, I mean, our equity against two pair isn't horrible. Um, but he would have to have like a decent amount of draws for us to want to stack off there. Okay, so table 3, here we have pretty good, pretty clear spot to top up. Technically, it would have been better to top up last hand, but I'm going to do it now. Table 2, likewise. We'll draw this guy. Table 1, top and bottom. Decent flop on table 6. I'm going to go ahead and pot it. Table 1. Check back. Table 1, definitely going to bet here. Top 2 pair, very dynamic board. SPR is not that deep. Get the safe turn card. And go all in. Well, pot it anyway. Table 4, I get counterfeited on the river. There's now, it's very, I have only a 7 high straight. It's still good. So there's that. Table 4, I'm going to start with a check call on the flop. Probably check call the turn as well. Could fold because my spades are not nut. Very cautiously played hand. Always nice when somebody 3-bets you when you have aces. And you can just go ahead and put almost your entire stack in the middle. Tough for villain to get away as well because you have pretty good odds. Table 3, opening the button with a reasonable hand. Check back the flop. Check back the turn. Getting 8-1. I'll look them up. Table 4, I'm in raised pre. My opponent min 3-bet. And getting 7-1. I guess I'll peel. Do have some backdoors. Call again. Check the river. Diamonds didn't go. Table 4, just going to check pre. I'm going to be out of position throughout the entire hand, and I don't want to telegraph to my opponent that I do have a high pair type hand. I'd rather leave some ambiguity. Table 4, aces, ace hand open, heads up. Flopping top set, and I'm just going to half pot it because it's very, I would have just half potted that. I guess he leads, so I'll raise pot. Calls. I could pot it here, maybe. That's a pretty nice river. All in. 6, no good. Sand has a little more playability. That suit. Good connectivity. Actually, limps. Small raise. Turning straight on table 4. Yeah, it's basically what I was hoping would happen. 4-bet to $9. Call and call. And not a bad flop, all things considered. Oh, oh. It is nice to run good. And open limping the kings. Bogey. Bogey indeed, my friend. Bogey indeed. Table 3, top and bottom. Good spot to bet. And table 4, I open, faces small, 3-bet. Keep betting. Table 4. All right. Good. Would have been a tough decision facing a river bet. 10-9 got there, obviously. My opponent could also have something like Queen Jack or Pocket Jacks. Taking way ahead, way behind line. Table 4, mid raise open with biggest jacks. You go ahead and bet the flop. They also have 1-9 blocker. And check back the turn. straight on the river, and I'll fold to a substantial bet, but I can call a small one. Flopping the nuts on table 4. Betting on raises, which is concerning. But he did not have a good hand. Table 2, SPR being kind of small, just bet stack off. Actually, okay. Table 4, flopping a weak draw in position, gonna check back, and I quit the table. You can see it's not a very good game compared to all the other games I'm playing. So, and table 5, going to defend against a button open. And check folding the flop. Flopping pretty good on table 2, top right. I have a gut shot and a nut flush draw. But I think I'll check it back. My draw's not that good where I relish bet stacking off. And 4-1, I think a pretty clear call on the turn. I'm going to do river the nuts. It's certainly pleasant. Table 4, not going to peel with my 5-eye flush draw. Unfortunately, the action is dying down a little bit. It's presently 1 in the morning in North America, well, depending what part. So people are going to sleep, though I think we do get some pretty good games at this hour. Table 4, flopping open-ended. I guess I'll peel. I wouldn't mind a fold either. Return a nut flush draw. Hopefully my opponent had straight. Yes, he did. And running so good. Table 1, I think I can complete here. Just gonna open fold here, table 4. And folding table 3 with 8-8-4-7. Table 4, I will open the button with my aces with the suit. Single suited aces. And table 4, in my opinion, a very clear spot to fold to the flop, lead alone. Um, with the call, it's not even close. We hate the call from the perspective of us peeling, but we wouldn't peel anyway, even if there wasn't the call. The call just makes matters worse. Because now, well, he could have a stronger made hand than you, or you could be against a superior made hand in a draw, which is a very bad spot to be in. Flopping bottom set on table one, always a tricky spot. I'm going to start with a smallish bet. That's pretty gross. Extremely passive player comes to life with a pot-sized check raise. I'm just going to let it go. Nice hand. I wouldn't mind a stack off there. You can see King Jack, maybe a wrap. But I think he's going to show up with a higher set actually a lot. And table six, not a good spot to peel. Drawing to the underfull. Better to just let it go. Three-way. I think there's a decent chance this guy just calls King Jack also. Table three, playing heads up, opening 4-4, 7-7. Table five, not going to take two to the face at this hand. Table three, turning a straight, albeit not a great one. I'll opt for the blocking bet on the river. The corollary of the blocking bet is that you fold to the raise. So you could also, I guess, block bet and deuce, call. Table three, ace, king, queen, six. Mediocre hand, but we'll have to defend against an aggressive player's small blind open. And just going to check back the flop. Check back the turn. Fold the river. Why ever fold indeed? Question I ask myself every day. Table one, going to complete with a junky hand. We just check fold the flop. Going to bet fold the turn. And check fold the river. Table four, opting to complete the small blind and auto checking the flop. And I'll just check fold. Out of position, pretty dynamic board. Player that will probably put pressure on me, even if he doesn't have that great a hand, and extract max value if he does. Pre-flop folds here. Would be nice to get a 6 table running, but it doesn't look like there's too much. Just one marginal game that I already left. I like to play good games. I find that's a lot more profitable. Table 4, pretty nice hand here in the small blind. And gonna complete again. Opponent checks back. Table 2, double suited kings in the small blind. And going to call against a very conservative open. Just going to pocket it in on the flop here. Peels. Does he have 3 aces? No, he does not. Table 1. Guess I can call. Table 2, defending because of the pot odds. And I'm just going to bet fold the flop. And bet fold the turn. Table 4, going to check back the flop. I think I can bet fold the turn here. Table 4, I will defend against a button open with or without a small blind call. And gonna check call the flop. And gonna check call the turn. And gonna check call the river. Check call master. That's me. Table 2, I raise from the big blind against a limp. And planning to bet fold the flop. Of the second nuts here. Table 2, going to bet fold the flop. It's 34 minutes already. Time flies when you're having fun. Table 2, going to defend. And table 1, I think I can take a flop here. Both of these players very likely to call, very unlikely to re-raise. And this hand definitely craves 5-way action. Table 2. Open, heads up. And just gonna bet fold the flop. down. Hurrah. Open. Heads up, table 2. I'll open the button, table 4. And I'm going to check back here. And check back again. My hand's a little too weak to bet for protection. And shoot down. And a little too strong to need to bluff. Table 2, going to defend. And check folding now. And I'm going to be pretty reluctant to complete against this aggressive player without a, let's say, a strong hand, basically. Opening here. And smashing the flop. Top 2, flush draw, gut shot, everything. And taking it down. I guess I'll end that video in the video here. Let me know if you have any comments or questions about my play in the comments section. And if you like PLO content, you should definitely subscribe to my channel and watch my other live play videos. Best of luck to you all on the tables.